What's up, everybody? This is Dustin, and welcome to the Forged by Faith podcast. What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to address some things this morning. I have a lot of people asking, how do I maintain a strong relationship with Christ, and what does that look like? I feel like it's people are really struggling to maintain their relationship with the Lord, and so I think a lot of that has to do with with your perspective on relationships, right? I think the more you put into your relationships, the more you get out of them. That's with your marriage, that's with friendships, that's with your relationship with Christ. And just like we have to have maintenance on the things in our lives, whether it be our houses, our cars, whatever it is, ourselves, our own bodies, we have to maintain ourselves in order to take shape, or in order to take care of things. And so that has a lot to do with your relationship with Christ. And so if you find yourself not taking care of your body, not taking care of your home, not taking care of things well, then I would vouch to say that your relationship with the Lord is going to struggle greatly, because he wants us to be a people of discipline. He wants us to be people that do take care of things well. And what that looks like is making sure every day you're setting out to give the Lord 100% of your day, and giving him the effort, and starting out your day with the word. Giving him your first fruits is the most important thing. And being able to ask the Lord, what do you want me to read today? Or picking a chapter of the Bible that you want to go through. And this is Jesus's words right here. And I'm going to read John 15. And this is Jesus is teaching about the vine and the branches. And so I want you guys to listen to this, because he has something very important to say to us about this. And if we take this literal, like we should in the Bible, I know there's stories that, he says, if your eye causes you to sin, gouge it out. I know, taking those things literal, but what he's saying, and I think those verses is like, we should take it very seriously, right? And so we should take our heart condition very seriously when it comes to what the Lord is asking us to do and what we're actually doing. And so I want to talk about this. So I'm going to read this. This is Jesus's words. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. If a man remains in me and I in him, he will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If anything does not remain in me, he is like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up and thrown into the fire and burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish and it will be given to you. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so I loved you. Now remain in my love. If you obey my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have obeyed my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and your joy may be complete. My command is this: Love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than he to lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends. If you do what I command, I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I have learned from the Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you to go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. Then the Father will give you whatever you ask in my name. This is my command. Love each other. And so, as you can see in that verse, God is telling us to remain in him and he will remain in you. And when your heart condition is aligned with the righteousness and the obedience of Christ, when you pray, you ask and you will receive. And when he wants to make sure, though, that your heart is in the right place. I'm not saying you're asking for a Lamborghini or some possession like that. I'm talking about asking for the will of the Lord for your life. God, guide my life. Help me to be financially stable, mentally stable, spiritually stable. Help me to do these things. And when your heart is in the right place, I know that he honors that. There was years of my life that my heart was not in the right place. There was years of my life that I entertained sin and lived in a destructive lifestyle, and I would get frustrated because I did not feel like I was completely connecting with the Lord. And the reason why is because the sin in our hearts divides us from the Lord. So what is that thing that's dividing you between you and the Lord? Is it that thing you look at that you shouldn't? Is it an addiction that you have that you need to break through Christ? Really, I mean, I have seen addicts be set free through Jesus Christ, and I really have not seen a whole lot of success other than that. It's a heart change. I heard something that I really enjoyed. I thought it was a good line. It said, we do not need behavioral modification, we need heart transformation. Because when your heart is aligned with Jesus Christ, then everything else flows from that. And so he flows through you, and we're just vessels, okay? Our bodies are just a fleeting of the wind. We're here one day, gone the next, and in a blink of an eye is our lives to the Lord. And so we want to make sure we're not wasting time. How many of us have wasted years of our life living a degenerative life, choosing degenerative behaviors that only led us to sin and death in our relationships, in ourselves? I know for me, I wish I could get those years back, but I truly believe that the Lord's going to restore those years tenfold when we are choosing him, choosing the righteousness of God. Now, we are not righteous ourselves, but he is righteous in us. And so we ask for his righteousness in us. We are filthy rags. We are sinful people. We put Jesus on the cross, and we need him and his redemption for our lives. And so as we read John 15, he's talking about pruning and bearing fruit and what that means. What is a tree that bears good fruit? It's something that you walk up to, and I don't know if you guys have just picked a fresh piece of fruit off of a tree that's healthy and doing well. That's the kind of fruit he's talking about. He wants you to flourish in your life. He wants a life that is beautiful and amazing. And oftentimes, we're the ones that stop that cycle from happening. We're the ones that kill the tree. We're the ones that cause our branches to wither away and to be thrown into the fire. But if we truly want to live a life of Jesus Christ, then we allow him to take over, and we remain in him. We remain connected to him. Like I said, this is just like having the maintenance of your life. You have to have maintenance to your spirituality. God wants to hear from you. He wants to hear your prayers. He wants to know your needs. And he wants you to be, he wants him to be your everything. That's what he wants. And the reason why is because he is the life giver. He created you in order to live like this. Oftentimes we miss the mark because we're seeking selfishness. We're seeking our own selfish ways, and that's drawing us away from Christ. And so my encouragement today is don't waste any more time. Drop that habit, drop that addiction, and you can only do it through the power of Jesus Christ. Seek help if you need to. Reach out to a friend or a brother or a sister. Do what you need to do and remain in the Lord, and he will constantly work on every day sanctifying us, helping our branches be trimmed, cut off the ones that need to go so we can bear much fruit in Jesus Christ. I hope this gives you a healthy understanding of what it is to remain in him and for him to remain in you. And he is pursuing you. And so we need to pursue our Father because he loves us and he only wants what's best for us. And he guides us through the word of God, through the sword of the Spirit is the word of the Lord. And so I am humbled to bring this to you guys this morning. It ends by, this is my command, love each other. And so I just encourage you today, dig into the word, ask God what needs to be trimmed off, what needs to be redirected, what do you need to do to change, let me rephrase that. What do you need to do to ask God to change your heart to live a more righteous, connected life to Jesus? Because he's the one that creates that change, and then the desire of your heart changes. But we have to ask for that. He wants to hear from you. So I just encourage you, ask for what you need, connect to the Lord, and watch as he delivers you and sets you free and gives you the desires of your heart that aligns with his heart. God bless you guys. I hope this was helpful for you, and have a wonderful day.